What is good, YouTube man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. It is Sunday, and our guys are still out there grinding. So you know what? We gotta bring some news, some updates, this, that, and the third for the nation. Cause why not? I mean, what better way to spend your Sunday, man? What better way? But shout out to everybody who's already in the building. We got James in here. We got Robert Chansworthy, my guy. Who else? Carlos, Muasi, Dave was good. Buddha. We got Sean in the building. Shout out to everybody who's already pulling through. Swin Raider pulled up today. Bless Nation. Yes, bless Sunday, man. Shout out to everybody in here. We also got Brandon Tubby. Yeah, we just gonna go with Tubby. Justin Lawson, whatever, homie, was good with you, my guy. But look, like I was just saying, our guys are still out there grinding. Now, tomorrow is a day off for them. Tomorrow is their day off. They do have Monday off. But day 4 of camp, it's in the books. Our guys, um, you know, putting in work. And as we've been doing, we're gonna go through, pressers and all that kind of stuff, presser reactions, thoughts, and all this kind of stuff. Then we're gonna go through some training camp. Then we're gonna look at some footage, this, that, and the third. You guys know what it is, man. You guys know what it is. Shout out to the more people pulling through. We got Hermie, we got Jesse. What's good with my guy Neil in the building? But yeah, man, I am extremely excited. First and foremost, wait, they're done already. It's only noon. Well, it's noon. Yeah, it's true. It is only noon. But they have to start really early. I believe they start like, I think they start at like 8. I think they start at like 8 or 9. So like 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours was good, my guy, man. What do the Bucks have for a Drake trade? I don't know why we would want to trade Drake to the Bucks, but I mean, what, a 6 round pick? Early start, yeah, because of the Heat. Yeah, the Heat is ruthless out there, man. Andy, is Abrams and Teamer okay? They are, yeah. So they did have a collision today in camp. They were both, trying to take away the crossing pattern from the offense, and they kind of hit each other. But they both walked it off. They said that they both got up on their own free will, and they were good. They were good. They ended up practicing for the rest of the day. So there's that as well. So good to see that our guys, getting into it, getting physical before the pads even come on. But we do know that the pads come on Wednesday, so that has been confirmed. Wednesday is when the pads come off, which is, I mean, it's expected, right? Because we have a game Thursday, so they have a little bit more than a week to practice with pads, get accumulated, and get acclimated to the pads and the heat and that. So we'll see what happens, and then obviously that the next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, we have our first game. So very exciting. Raider Dangerfield pulled up. Mwasi was good. Quiet Storm. Robert Coyne. Um, Bobby V in the building. But yeah, we need to go back to trading players for players. It's going to be very hard for that to happen. The league is not really in that, it's not really in that stage anymore. They're not really doing player for player, pick for pick anymore. It's kind of just, I'm going to try and get the most out of you, really. So we'll see. What's good, brother? What's good, Reddit Ruckus? So let's get into the little timeline of today. And of course, who else than our guy Raider Scout, right? But to pop it off, this was with the Josh McDaniels presser that he had. He said the offensive line is doing well as a group, but it's hard to evaluate them before they put the pads on. For them, it's about communication and trusting the guys besides them. You and knowing the word, what the words mean to you. So that's schematic, right? They want to know that these guys, they're comfortable with a bunch of different groups, right? And that is something that Josh McDaniels said. He said there's not been one player that has consistently played next to or practiced next to just one or two different guys. They've all been rotating with different teams. And really, mainly, that's just all for them to stress communication when there's a new guy in there or when there's just a different rotational group of offensive linemen in there. And McDaniels did mention that in the presser, so that makes a lot of sense. Um, But yeah, I mean, in terms of evaluating an offensive line without pads, it can be kind of tough. So we'll see. Curious what you say about Devontae shutting the media up. I mean, he didn't really shut him up. He just kind of talked. Shout out to my guy LV in the building. But let's see what else we got in here. Um, Again, with Jesse says McDaniel said he thinks their evaluation of this team on both sides of the ball will really start to take shape Wednesday when they throw the pads on. So that's exciting, right? I can't wait for the pads to come on. Seeing these guys really suited up for once for the first time, that's going to be exciting. Josh McDaniel says they'll probably never tackle to the ground in practice. So no true live sessions during training camp for the Raiders, which is completely understandable, right? We have an extra preseason game. There's really no reason for our guys to be taking each other to the ground. He also, with more context, he said that that's really just a health thing. He wants his guys to stay healthy, but he also did say that there is a fine line before doing too much and doing too little. So um, I am happy that we're not taking anybody fully to the ground in pads. Like that just seems kind of stupid, man. So I'm glad. I'm glad. Shout out to my guy Champion in the building, pulled up. Yeah, facts, Carlos. Please, no injuries. Now, next up, Josh McDaniels on what he's looking for in these practices before they puts the pads on. It is communication, an element of pre-snap communication and post-snap execution. Also noted that they're really dialing in on the fundamentals for the first part of these practice. We were talking about that yesterday, how it seems like these guys are really just stressing the little details at the moment, which makes a lot of sense, right? It makes a ton of sense for these guys to just stress the little details right now. You don't have pads, you don't face an opponent until about a week and a half. So right now, just really get the details down packed. And that's the most important part right now. Now, next up, Mac Hollins, and you'll see from the thumbnail. I put all three. I'll put three wide receivers on the thumbnail, man, because it seems like today is a wide receiver friendly day. Like our guys, our guys are making noise out in camp. So I wanted to put the receivers out there and and really talk about them because it seems like they're kind of the talk of the town right now. But Coach McDaniels on Max Holland. First of all, another offseason award winner for us, noted how effective he's been on special teams. He's smart enough to maneuver all over the offense. McDaniel says that he hasn't ran the Mac mile yet. But I want to talk about this, right? Because with more context, Josh McDaniels spoke extremely highly of Mac Hollins. And I don't know, it kind of hinted as to me, sounded like Mac Hollins kind of got a guaranteed spot on this 53-man roster. And the reason why I say that is because he mentioned how Mac Hollins is one of the guys that's playing at the highest level on special teams. He does the kick team on special teams. And he said that if you're on the kick team on special teams, you're probably going to be on this 53-man roster. Though that's what McDaniel said today. So, Matt Collins impressing big time. I think Matt Collins even got some love from Devontae Adams as well. So very, very good job. Good to see that one of our new pickups, Matt Collins, going going doing good in first impressions on the staff. Good to see that kind of stuff, man. But yeah, I'm not surprised that that Coach McDaniels hasn't ran the Mac Mile yet. Now, he also noted that it's a very competitive wide receiver room. So I really was waiting for this one right here. Demarcus Robinson. So this is what Josh McDaniels had to say about Demarcus Robinson. He said he's been a very productive guy. We're moving Demarcus around a lot, catches the ball well, runs well. He's competitive in everything we ask him to do. He's brought a lot of fire and competition to that room. Also, I uploaded a short of Demarcus Robinson in the gym. I got a lot of comments on that short saying that he looks too skinny. Well, guess what? Josh McDaniels also confirmed that Demarcus Robinson, he's big boy weight for a wide receiver. He's over 200 pounds. So shout out to Demarcus Robinson, man, being a chess piece from what it's looking like here, allowing the coach to use him in very different spots, a lot of different spots. So good to see that as well. But at the same time, it looks like he's shining, right? This is a guy that they're using everywhere across the field. He called him an explosive player in his presser today as well. So Josh McDaniels got some good words for the new pickup with Demarcus Robinson. Now, this one I like to touch up on a lot. Shout out to Jesse, says some of the standouts from the 7-on-7 team period at Raiders camp. Number one, DJ Turner, nice route on a deep post to get behind the defense. Number two, Trayvon Merritt got an interception today. Number three, Tyron Johnson continues to impress. Keelan Cole had a nice catch out near the sideline. So that's actually the first time we heard of Keelan Cole this camp, and I feel like I heard of every other receiver but Keelan Cole. DJ Turner got love. Justin Hall got love in Devontae's presser. So all these guys are getting love. Maybe Keelan Cole. Um, I don't know. This is what I have to say, right? Keelan Cole, at the end of the day, was able to be a number two for many years, right? But he didn't really have to compete with all this talent that he's competing with now with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I don't want to jump the gun because I think that Keelan Cole, as of right now, in my opinion, he's the number two outside receiver. But here's what I have to say. I don't think he's ever had to compete with a Renfro, a Demarcus Robinson. Matt Collins seems to be doing good. Tyron Johnson seems like the size and type of player that he's really had to compete. You got to think about it. He's played with the Jets and Jaguars, and he's been a solid number two for them. But with the Raiders, there's so much more competition, and it's shown. All these other receivers on the roster are getting talked about. Just today is when we hear the first sighting of Keelan Cole. But shout out to Jesse for putting up this nice list saying that DJ Turner doing good, Merrick doing good with an interception today, Tyron Johnson continuing to ball. We've heard that, I believe, for the last 3 days in camp. And Keelan Cole finally getting on there. Shout out to a lot of more people pulled in. Let me show some love to everybody else who pulled up. We got who else? We got Yoshi pulled up. Who else we got in here? Raider 187 was popping. LV, the nation's own champion. Mike S. Kyle Holt was good with you guys. Smoking Skulls. Yo, Andy, love your videos, dog. I watch every day since you shared your channel up in the Discord, homie. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. That's love right there. Thank you, my brother. But yes, let's continue. Let's continue on with this right here. Now, let me go back. Levi Edwards, a guy that he was the one that recorded yesterday that Darian Butler got the first pick of the camp, right? Well, he then went on to say today that another UDFA that has caught his eye has been cornerback Sam Webb. This is a guy who he's got some prototypical size. I believe he's 6'1", and it's good to see that he's out there providing good competition. Trayvon a Pro Bowler this year. I got my money on that. I think that's a solid. I think that's a good bet to put your money on. Um, DJ Turner's had himself a nice day Sunday. Just showed some ups to go get a fade ball. That's nice. So we heard earlier on from Jesse's other list that he was getting behind the defense on a deep post. Now he's going up, climbing the ladder and getting these fade balls. That's good. You really wouldn't expect that from DJ Turner, who's mostly known as a slot guy. So interesting with that. Paul Gutierrez, also known as Derek Carr's son. He says, camp practice number 4 is over. Early in practice, gnarly collision between safeties Jonathan Abram, Roger Teamer in coverage. Crossing route, and while both went down for a minute, both walked off the field under their own power. So that kind of answers my guy Sean's question a little bit. But yeah, that was that in terms of the timeline for practice. And before we get into some footage of the practice, I want to get some questions in. My guy Callie says, "What up, Neff? What are your expectations of Carr this year? How much, if any, slack do you give him? Raiders, Raider Nation, hashtag last time, my guy." I have high expectations of not just Carr. I have high expectations for this whole team. Somebody asked me that in the comment section the other day. My expectations are very high. I have us. It's pretty simple. I have us as the number 1 scoring offense in the league this year, a 12-5 overall record, a top 15 defense, and a minimum of 1 playoff win. So I wouldn't just categorize what I expect from Derek Carr, but from this whole team. I expect a lot from this team. This is a team that's revamped on every single side of the ball, even special teams, um, all the way up to your front office. Like this whole organization has got a facelift, and I'm expecting a lot. I am expecting a lot, man. Now DC, of course, is going to have to play a big factor in that. From Derek Carr, we've always said, or me personally, when defending him, there's a lot of things that he's not had around him and that the Raiders have lacked to provide him in his career. I don't think that he's lacking anything anymore. This offense is firepower. Defense is emerging. You have a very smart defensive coordinator now. Um, I think that what I put in those predictions, those are also my expectations. So I have no excuse for Derek Carr this year. It's a playoff, at least one playoff win or nothing, man. Simple as that. Um, let's see. Really starting to like Mac Hollins. Think he might do some good for us. Plus, did you see those guns he's sporting? Um, Small pause, David. Shout out to my guy David, always showing love. But yeah, I think that Mac is a guy that he's offering a ton. We heard that being said today in the presser by our head coach, saying that he's offering all four spots on the kicking game. He's offering versatility amongst all the wide receiver spots. So I think that Mac Hollins could definitely make the roster. Shout out to Dave. He says, do you think Mac Hollins, Keelan Cole, and Robinson all make the 53, or does one have to go? Personally, right? Number one, before going into camp, I had Keelan Cole chalked. I had him inked. There, in my opinion, there was no way that Keelan Cole wouldn't have made this roster, right? But the more I'm looking at it, man, he's never had a training camp as competitive as this one. And we're kind of somewhat noticing it, right? We're hearing Mac Hollins, we're hearing Demarcus Robinson, Tyron Johnson, Justin Hall, DJ Turner. Five receivers that I've heard come out of camp and hearing noise come out of camp before we heard Keelan Cole. So here's what I'll say. I still have Keelan Cole making the roster. But but I definitely would not be surprised if he didn't. And the reason why is because he's never had to compete with a wide receiver room as good as this one. So, me personally, I would love to see Tyron Johnson in the silver and black. I like Tyron Johnson. He provides a spark. He can play special teams as a returner. Returning is a job that nobody in the league fucking wants to do. That shit is spooky. He'll do it. He does it as a high level. He could take the top off the defense. I would be very, very excited. I would be very, very excited if he makes the roster. Shout out to my guy Ray the Tape, always showing love in the building today. He says, hit that like, we in here. Facts. Hit that like. I'm guessing Keelan Cole will be this year's Willie Snead. That's a very, very, very good prediction, bro. Shout out to Raider Champion. That is a very good way to look at it, man. We thought that Willie Snead, John Brown could have kind of been guys that were, oh yeah, they're making the 53. Willie Snead had production here. John Brown, 1,000-yard receiver here. And neither of them ended up making the roster or playing the whole season with us. John Brown didn't make the roster. Snead got cut. So that's a very, very, very good comparison with that. And I actually wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Andy, could you trade Keelan Cole? Could you trade Keelan Cole, get traded, or you can't do that before he plays, or would you have to? You could trade him. I just don't see any team trading for him. Don't see any team trading for him. Tyron Johnson, a dog, been saying it facts since last year, making plays since last year. Raid the tape in the house, yes, sir. We picking up Nelly after cuts. If Nelly gets cut, that's mandatory, Robert. That's Mando. Let's see. I agree, Champ Snead. Yeah, that's a damn good one. That's a damn good one. Champ just dropped a little gem in the building. Shout out to Champ. I agree, Champion Snead. Good is cleared. And took a pay cut, so he'll likely have a guard spot. So that's something to look at, right? That's something to look at. Thank you for mentioning that up as well. So the last 2 days of camp, Zamir White or Denzel Good have not been out on the field. Zeus has not been out on the field. I do want to mention that. He has not been out on the practice field for the last 2 days. So our rookie is not there right now, or he's in the building. He's not on the practice field. We don't know why, but it's just It's just something to look at, right? I wouldn't look super far into it. He hasn't been placed on any injury list or anything like that. But something to note is that our rookie is not out there as of now. So something to look at with that as well. Um, I like Tyron when he was in with the Chargers. Bro, Tyron Johnson. Um, I remember Tyron Johnson smoked Keyshawn Nixon, and Keyshawn Nixon had a 22-yard cushion, bro. And I'm talking about he burnt them. So we'll see. If we can't trade Drake, how are we gonna trade Cole? I don't know why anybody's talking about trading Drake. I don't know where this has came from. Tyron Johnson has the number one jersey. Facts. Tyron Adams, Waller, Hunter, Mack, Robinson. I, you know what? I think that may be it. I think that may be it, big. Let's see. Let's see. Zeus needs to chill in Olympus because he's got a thunder. 3DT on pup list. Should we worry? Um, I would start to worry if by Wednesday we don't have one of those guys back. Because maybe then it could be a little bit more tough, right? Because you're looking at it, you would be without. I don't really care about Vernon Butler, and it sounds fucked up, but I don't. You'd be without Hankins and our guy Bilal Nichols. So I would maybe start to worry once we're a day in pads on a Thursday when we know that we're a week away from game day, right? So I would be maybe worried then, but it's a interesting timeline at the moment, bro. It's interesting. Is Tyron wearing the number one jersey? He is. He is. When is Bilal back? We have no idea. Any of the trading Drake is coming from Mitchell Rance. He's talking about a trade to Tampa Bay. To Tampa Bay. Where did that come from? Where did he was talking about that trade, or he made a trade scenario? Or is he just making a trade scenario? Because I feel like Mitch does a lot of trade scenarios where trades could happen, but I don't know if there's like an actual report of them even wanting him. Fournette is 30 pounds overweight. Yeah, I saw that. That boy was looking like Eddie Lacy. Um, if they're on the pup August 23rd, they will miss the first four regular season games. Exactly. Oh, it's a scenario. Oh, so he just fucking made that shit up. Shout out to Mitch, but no. Okay. Yeah. No. He's no. Fucking Josh McDaniels was just talking about it yesterday. How is he was extremely excited to have Drake and Josh back. I've been saying Tyron Johnson since last year. I don't know why Greg Olsen never used him. I bet our offense would have moved a whole lot better after Ruggs left. I've been high on him. I ain't even surprised. Me neither. Me neither, Skulls. Me neither. Who wears number 11? That is Demarcus Robinson. That's Demarcus Robinson. So we'll see. Bro, they had Zamir White as a white guy. I'm sleep. Bro, SVT, Zamir White hasn't practiced the last 2 days. Zamir White or Denzel Good have not practiced the last 2 days. Now, Denzel Good is not surprising, right? Denzel Good, we know he's been a little bit banged up still. But a little bit surprising to see that our guy Zeus is not out there on practice field. That's very, very interesting. Mitch was just making a trade scenario. Okay. Yeah. So there's no actually like reports of that happening. All right, makes sense. Shout out to Queen in the building. Drake fits our scheme big time. Big time. Drake and Josh season 2 coming soon. Facts. Facts. But listen, let's go, let's slide on over to the video portion that we usually like to look at these little gems that these reporters drop. This gem today coming by Levi Edwards. Shout out to Levi. This is who is this? That's Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler going at it. Neil Farrell, Matthew Butler going at it. I like that little drill right there. It's good for dropping the hips, making sure that you bend at the point of attack. Good drill. Like that drill. That's solid. That's Matthew Butler, by the way. This is Matthew Butler. That's Neil Farrell. So that's a nice little drill that they got going on. Um, good little drill. I like that. I'm not sure who that is. That can't be Frank Oakham. That don't look like. Oh no, Frank Oakham is over here. Okay, Let me move this. I always forget to move this out the way for you guys. Let me see. Let's see where's there we go. This is Frank Oakham over here. Yeah. Let's see. Young DTs, I love it. Do you see Lewis Riddick says he kind of needs to be prepared for the Raiders? I mean, it's cool to see these guys, jumping ship and hopping on the Raiders bandwagon now that they see our guys were the first team in training camp. We're putting in work in this fucking heat. It's cool to see it now, but we've been saying that, so I really could care less now of who wants to fucking jump ship now. We got Hunter in the building. Hunter in the building, getting some work. Nice little reps by Hunter. We know Hunter's a baller, man. We know, we know Hunter's a baller, man. This is this is no surprise. This is no surprise. Shout out to Big Hunter in the building. I think this is Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins in the building, tossing that pigskin around. We're in the number 9. Who wore number 9 last year? It's not hot yet. It's coming. I want a Renfro jersey. Renfro is, yeah. We need one. We need one. Nick Mullins wearing the 9, the Nina. Dog, you made it. Was good, my guy, man. And these are all from Levi so far. So shout out to Levi. We got your boy Q with some tight end drills. This one I like to see this. Those blocking pads are hot as hell right now. What you mean? So let's start this one over. So right here, we got Darren Waller right here in a nice little 3-point stance. Who wins second string job? Easily, in my opinion, I got Nick Mullins taking that. I got Nick Mullins taking that. I got Nick Mullins taking that. That boy Renfro China route still gonna be money for sure. So yeah, we got some double move drills right here. First up, we have Darren Waller. Coach is throwing the ball, so it's not gonna look the prettiest. What's next? We got Foster Moreau. Yeah, this big Foster right here on a nice little out and up as well. I would like to see Renfro maybe drop his hips a little bit more when he's running that. You see how nonetheless a good job. Nonetheless a good job from our guys putting in solid work out there in this hot heat. Crosby is my next jersey. At 115, you can't be outside too long. That heat, boy, that heat. Shout out to our guys running good routes out there in practice today. Interesting. Then we got Foster right here. Shout out to Vinny B on this one. Shout out to Vinny B on this one. Foster Moreau, nice little route. I want to see the catch. Bang. Nice little catch there. Solid. We're definitely putting fear around the league. This league this season. The haters can say what they want to. Exactly. Solid little route by Foster. Can't complain. Good shit for Foster Moreau on that one. Let's see. A few drills. We got Q with this drill right here. Let's see. What is this? Okay, Waller doing a little whatever the fuck. Should we risk playing Foster in preseason? I would play Foster in preseason. I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't. I know he's gonna have a big piece of this offense, but we'll see. Um, Devontae Adams gave a shout out to DJ Turner, who he believes has had a great day today. So yeah, unless you guys have more practice clips, you can tweet them at me, and we could watch them. But yeah, let's get back to our regular scheduled programming. And that's just talking football, man. I can't control it. Let's go. Let's just pause. We for sure gonna put fear in them boys. Is Foster gonna be our second tight end? I'd assume Foster is our number 2 tight end. Yes, I'd assume so. The bots only come in when Hammer shows up, bro. It's a fact, bro. Hammer's a freaky guy, man. Will the entire O line play in the preseason, not including Colton? Yeah, I don't think that anybody has a secure job besides Colton. So I think everybody has to. I think everybody has to. Been to Henderson in May, already hot. Intermountain Healthcare Performance is such a beautiful, bro. The facility is insane, man. Are we keeping three tight ends? I believe we will keep three tight ends. I think that that's what they kept last year on the Patriots roster. I think that's what we're gonna do this year as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Stay hydrated and maintaining the AC. Facts. Y'all got AC, so y'all don't need AC. For one, I ain't paying for no AC. I got a fan. I got a fan, man. AC, but Bay Area fucking hot for us is like 75 degrees, bro. August 4th. I can't wait, Chris. I can't wait. I think it's probably gonna be Hollister, Foster, and Foster, and Darren. I think those are probably gonna be the three. I mean, unless Jesper has a good guy, has a good camp. I mean, the numbers is how many running backs are we keeping this season? Ooh, so you got Josh, you got Kenyon Drake, you got Brandon Bolden, Zeus. Yeah, that's how it is. Andy, you would die here with just a fan. Where you at, LV? Out there in Nashville or whatever the fuck, Tennessee? That's it's hot out there. Nah, I don't know. Waller, Foster, Bowers, or will there be a battle? I think that we got 96 in Bakersfield. Bakersfield always been fucking hot, bro. Fuck that. And well, I mean, you got to think about it. Napa probably got pretty hot too, though, when the training camp was up there. How many wide receivers? I'd say we keep around 5 to 6. If you lived in the valley, you think differently. Andy is hot as fuck. Oh, it's hot as a motherfucker. Dude, I live in Vegas. So wait. You live in Vegas. I thought you lived in Nashville. That's why you were going to the Tennessee game, Tennessee Titans Raiders game. It's 107. Fuck. It's even 91 in Maine. Maine. So since I'm not saying his name, who, if moving forward, is in our DT of our defensive line? Sign Jimmy G for a backup. Fuck that. Jimmy G is. Nah. So Philly might have some good CB cuts. There's a lot of teams that are gonna have to cut. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to remember. Here. There was a if my guy. I remember Champion yesterday on his show, he had put up some important dates to look at. And I believe when we begin to start cutting the roster down, the first roster cuts is later in August. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Look up. I sent you some guys. Some guys, what, that they're going to cut? Is this the weakest DT room we've had in years? No, no, no way. Um, I think our defensive tackle room that we had with Max's rookie year, that shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Live by Yosemite. We're on fire. Fuck. Andy, any game watch at Ahern? I don't know. I don't know, man. We're trying to put different shit together. We're talking a bit about Quinn from the Bears last night. Yeah, bro, Robert Quinn is not fucking with the Bears, bro. So we'll see. Yeah, that's true, Cash Lord. At one point we had Kendall Vickers and Damian Square. I like Damian Square though. I'm not gonna do Damian Square like that. I'm not gonna do Damian. I fucked with him. I like Damian Square. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. I like Damian Square. Then once he left us, he went to the Bengals and went to the Super Bowl with them. And I used to love Clear Skies, and now I hate them. Let's see. Jimmy G for backup. Y'all are wild, bro. Y'all are wild. Let me see something really quick. I want to pull this up. I want to see if there's any more. I want to see. I want to see if there's any more. Andy, what rookies you try to see in preseason? Ooh, definitely my guy Parham. Well, I want to see all the rookies in preseason, every single one of them. But probably the one that I'm most excited to see is Matthew Butler. Matthew Butler is a guy that really, really, really intrigues me. Matthew Butler, I really, really, really for me, I have high expectations because I see a lot of potential in Matthew Butler, man. A lot of potential in Matthew Butler. So that's probably my number one guy that I want to see in preseason out of the rookies. Parham, of course. But I actually want to see Parham take a few snaps everywhere in the preseason. Maybe one game play fully left guard, another game play fully center, another game play fully right guard, right? I would love to see a lot of that versatility for these rookies. Um, but I really want to see year two guys. I want to see Tyree Gillespie get a lot of snaps, and I want to see Malcolm Kuntz get a lot of snaps. I want to see both of those guys. The facts, Damian Scare was a tank for us. Not gonna lie, Gus Bradley has some damn good personnel. That's one thing I'm gonna miss about his defense. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. There's one thing that I really liked about Gus Bradley. I really fucked with Gus Bradley's player evaluation. I really, really, really um, liked the guys that he brought in. I will say that. I want to see Chase Garbers. I don't. I don't. I watched 4 of his games live, 3 of his games live. Um, this man literally made these fucking Pac-12 defenses look like fucking 2013 Legion of Boom, bro. Fuck that. Hell no. I don't want to see that motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather see Stidham, bro. I'd give Stidham and Mullins all of those reps, bro. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I want to see Parham too. Someone solid. Look, preseason, I said it ever since it got announced. We have two really good things going for us right now, bro. Um, I really like the fact that we're the first team to get into camp. I love that shit. Another thing I love is that we have that fourth preseason game. So for us, we have two really big competitive edges, right? We have an extra game, so that's an extra game for us to scout our guys, make the cuts a little bit easier, um, or harder, however you want to look at it. But at the same time, starting camp earlier means that our guys are going to get in the groove of things, and we're going to be the camaraderie is going to be clicking. Everybody's going to be on the same page quicker, which I think is good that we started early. Of course, a new we have a new scheme on every single side of the ball. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Gus Bradley played Levitt over Gillespie. Good thing Graham cut Levitt before Gillespie. Smart man. Look, um, I think that there was a reason that Gillespie didn't play, bro. I think that there was a reason. There had to have been a reason because in my eyes, we didn't. It wasn't just we can't just blame Gus Bradley for that, bro. Ron Miles is a very, 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 very well respected defensive backs coach, and we were lucky enough to have him for last year. And Ron Miles also decided with Gus Bradley to not put Gillespie out there. So I think that we can't put it all on the staff. I think that Gillespie possibly just didn't show enough to go out there. And, it was his rookie season. Maybe they felt like they didn't need to rush him out there. But we'll see. I'm waiting to see our young rookie DTs play. I agree. I want to see both of those guys ball, bro. I want to see them both ball. But yesterday I was taking some time out of my day and I was rewatching when uh the call series, right? The rookie when the Raiders call the rookies and let them know that they're going to become a Las Vegas Raider. Um, it was pretty clear cut what the vision was for Neil Farrell when we signed him, right? He was like Ziegler was telling him there's a lot of things that you need to work on to take your game to the next level. But ultimately, we really like guys like you that is going to stop and stuff and plug the middle. So we know what Neil Farrell is coming here to do. He's going to ball. Hopefully, I think that Neil Farrell will probably end up getting more reps than Matthew Butler this year, simply because we're a little bit more thin at that spot. But we'll see. We'll see. We should be fine, I believe so. 4 preseason games. If Britain Brown goes for 400 yards in preseason, it's going to ring bells for sure. But having 4 100-yard games in a row is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. When Levitt did that punt fake, bro. Remember when fucking Levitt Didn't just walk into the end zone against Cincinnati the first game. What the fuck was Levitt doing there? Forced fumble. This dumbass has no fucking vision when the whole sideline is clear. Shout out to Levitt, but I know he regrets that play as well. I want to see Thick Frame, Farrell, and Britton Brown. That's a good one, Q. I like those two. Got a feeling we're going to see a lot of Amik Robertson. I think it's his make or break year because Ziegler didn't draft him. I think that's a good way to put it. I think so. I think that they're going to put him out there a lot, and they're going to give him his opportunities, and it's up to him to you know make you know he makes whatever out of the situation. So we'll see. What about Kuntz not getting more snaps though? Well, hopefully Kuntz gets a lot of reps in preseason that kind of forces him to get put in the rotation. We can't lie to ourselves about Gus Bradley. He played his favorites. He definitely did. You can tell he had some favoritism. But shout out to Smoke and Skulls here because he's bringing a fantastic point. And he says, I'm wondering how Zach Van Valkenburg is doing. He's an interesting undrafted free agent, and we are in need of an extra body at the end. So look, Zach Van Valkenburg. There's also Lucas Masterson, the Wake Forest linebacker. Those two guys, if there's an undrafted free agent that I feel like we could see somewhat shine in preseason on the defense, I think it's going to be those two guys. Also, I would love to see Isaiah Polomal shine in preseason, this, that, and the third. But Zach Van Valkenburg did very, very good. I believe was at Iowa, and Lucas Masterson, he was like a Hawaii Bowl MVP with Wake Forest. So I like to see both of those guys. The only problem with those guys, their fucking names are annoying. Like Zach Van Valkenburg and Lucas Masterson. Come on, man. We need better names. We need better names. I see Neil Farrell having a Will Ford type impact for us. I know that's saying a lot. It is saying a lot, but at the same time, it wasn't asking a lot from Vince Wilfork, right? He was just mean, nasty, and he wasn't going to let you run up the middle, right? And think about it. That's all we need him to be. If he could be an 80, if he could be 75% of a Vince Wilfork, this man, Neil Farrell, will have a fantastic career. I don't think it's asking that much, Mason. I don't think so. I don't think so. We need to win in the trenches. That's something that Josh McDaniels stressed a lot today, like a lot. He mentioned that, you're not going to go far if you can't win the line of scrimmage. If you want to run the ball, but you keep losing the line of scrimmage, well, you're not going to do much running the ball, right? And it's pretty simple, right? It starts and ends at the line of scrimmage. However your offensive line plays, however your defensive line plays, it's going to reflect on the result. It is. Quinn Booker, low key would have been better than Yannick. Coach needs to play. Defense wins championships. I like Bradley. I definitely like Bradley, what he brought to the table. For how this is the thing. Gus Bradley, it would have been worse if we would have kept him, right? But for Gus Bradley, I think it was actually good that it was like a bridge year for him, right? He was able to come here, still improve the defense, right? Because our defense was really ass the year before. He was able to come in, improve the defense, but more importantly, he was able to give our young guys a lot of reps, a lot of mental reps, and with how simple his defense was, it gained a lot of confidence for these younger guys. So I feel like the game probably slowed down a lot more than what it would have if we would have had Patrick Graham having fucking Trayvon Merrick doing so much crazy shit last year. I feel like the transition with Bradley is actually good that we had him. Now we have Graham because now Graham can pile on all the shit that he has to, and it's not going to feel like too much for these rookies because now they're in their second year. So it overall, it worked how it needed to. It worked how it needed to at the end of the day. Which safety is taking Levitt's spot? In my opinion, that's Roger Teamer 10 times out of 10. Let's see. Cotton is getting a better chance, I think. We'll see what happens with Lester Cotton, man. There's a lot of talk around him. Coming, I believe, out of Alabama, he was undrafted, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with Cotton. Everybody is getting a fair shot. Everybody's getting a fair look right now. Obviously, the coordinators are still evaluating everybody's talent, so no favorites, no nothing. So if you want a chance to win a certain spot on the offense, a certain spot on the defense or special teams, the opportunity is there. And I think the biggest opportunity right now for any positional group is the strong safety spot. We know free safety's locked in, but even though Deron Harmon, I think Deron Harmon will be our week one starter. I think that if you want to be with the Las Vegas Raiders as a starter, a strong safety next year, it starts this year. Because if you look at it, we got Isaiah Polamau, we have Roger Teamer, we have who's the other guy? Who's the other guy at safety? Tyree Gillespie. We have three guys right now that won't just be looking for reps this year, but they would be looking for a starting job next year as well. So we'll see. We'll see. Andy, I saw potential starting offensive line like this. Colton Miller, Leatherwood, Andre James, Good, Parker. Fuck that. Fuck that. That would be Leatherwood's third position change in a year and a half. No, I'm good. I am super good off of that, bro. No, thank you. No, thank you. Shout out to my guy Big. He says, "What would you give up for Bates? Bates over Quinn?" Well, if I am gonna make a trade for either one of them, I agree with you. Um, it's for Bates. I would give up a. I'd give up a third round pick and a player for Bates. I'm not giving up a first or a second though. No way. No fucking way. No way. I'd give up a third round. That'd be the absolute highest that I would bid for Bates. For the simple fact that you'd have to pay Bates over $14 million a season, and that's clearly going to bite into Darren Waller's budget. So if there's anybody that I would trade for out of those two names, Bates and Quinn, it would definitely be for Bates. But the trade would be very, very hard financially to keep other guys happy as well. But shout out to my guy Big. Shout out to my guy Big. What are we doing with that 22 million? What are they waiting on? Do something. We need a DT too. They're being patient, bro. And in fact, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I like the patience. I like the patience. I mess with it. I need Leatherwood to be a good right tackle. We all need that. And I think that he will be a right tackle. I think he will be. I'll trade Foster and a third round for Bates since they lost their tight end. That would actually probably be the smarter trade for Cincinnati. I think that would make the most sense for them. I just don't know if in this scheme, since it's demanding so much from our tight ends, I don't know if Josh or Ziegler would send that. I don't know if they would send Foster. I actually wouldn't want to send Foster. I know that Foster's going to be due a contract soon, but I wouldn't send Foster because at the same time, even though Foster's due a contract, you're going to need to pay Jesse Bates too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Third and Abram. That yeah. I mean, the thing is that Abram. I don't know. I got a soft spot for my guy Abram, bro. It's tough. It's tough. We need Robert Quinn way more. You think so? You think so? Even though we got Chandler, Max, Kuntz, Frackrell, you think so? I don't know if we need him. That's a good trade, Cash Lord. Yeah, I think that's the most realistic one. That's the most realistic one. If we raise Waller up like 8 million a year, we could do it, and maybe cut Good or trade him away as well. Well, Good is only owed $1 million. Like he took a massive pay cut to stay with us. Denzel Good took about 66% less just to stay with the Raiders. So shout out to Denzel Good for doing that. But I, I don't know. It's going to be difficult for any team to trade for Jesse Bates, let alone us, because we have Darren Waller we need to pay. It seems like Denzel Perryman is also going to want to get paid. Um, on top of that, in a few years' time, Nate Hobbs is going to be coming up. Trayvon Merrick is going to be coming up. Hopefully, Jayon Brown is not a one and done. I hope Jayon Brown is here to stay for many years. So I hope we can get Jayon Brown a deal as well. So there's a lot of guys on defense that we're going to end up needing to pay, especially at least two of those three corners that we have that are on their last year of their deals. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let's see. Take care of our guys first. If we still got more, go get other guys. I agree. Shout out to my guy Thor in the building. Thor is in the house, man. Shout out to my guy Thor. Um, how much do you think Perryman wants a year? I'm not giving Perryman anything over 5. 5 is wraps. 5, it is wraps. That's it. That's it. Um, with 2 year, 10 mil, 6.5 guaranteed. That's solid, right? That's solid. So, um, I think that's the highest I would go for Perryman, just because the league is transitioning and ascending in a way that it doesn't suit Denzel Perryman. But at the same time, Denzel Perryman is such a force in the run game to where he is still worth a good amount. So we'll see, man. They say it takes 5 special players on these positions to win a Super Bowl. QB, tight end, wide receiver, DN, CB. We have 4 of those 5. We have 4 of those 5. Now, one of those corners is going to take that leap. And I have said that for the longest time now. So hopefully one of those guys prove me right. In my opinion, I think it'll be Anthony Averett that'll prove me right this year. And I think the year after will probably be Rocky Sin. I'm hoping that Trayvon Mullen can be one of those guys because, dude, like Trayvon Mullen's potential is fucking through the roof. And you guys all see it. But man, there's just a lot of work that needs to be done. A ton of work. A ton of work. Cut Daniel Carlson for Andy? Fuck that, bro. Bro, I played soccer the other day for about 4 hours. My right leg was so fucking sore the other day. We can keep Daniel Carlson, man. We can keep Daniel Carlson. But, it just shows soccer. Hey, man, if any of you guys don't like soccer, our kicker played college soccer in Sweden. And then he said that football was easier, so he did football. So shout out to Carlson. But yeah, no, Carlson keep that. I could definitely kick a field goal here and there though. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. Let's see. Sign our best, forget the rest. I like that. 6K subs by the Hall of Fame game. Book it. Ooh, that would be dope. That'd be dope. I think we're like 150 or something away. I think we could do it. I think we could do it, y'all. Y'all think we can do it? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, hit that sub button. Let's get 6K by the Hall of Fame game. That'd be dope. That'd be a dope milestone. You think Tyree Gillespie will have a bigger role or not? I think he has to. Tyree Gillespie, something that you guys may not have known. I didn't even know until I started looking more into Gillespie's season. Gillespie led our entire team last year in special teams tackles. So Gillespie was doing his thing on special teams. So that's interesting to see. I would love to see Gillespie uh, gain a role on the defensive back room, but at the same time, something that you always notice with the Patriots, they always had a very, very good special teams player, a guy that consistently made 1 or 2 huge plays a season on special teams that ended up changing the outcome of a game. So I also want to see one of those guys. So we'll see. AJ Cole and Tyron Johnson had the same forced fumbles as Denzel Perryman. That's an interesting stat, right? AJ Cole with a dope tackle, Tyron Johnson with a dope what is it? Pat Tillman? No, not Pat Tillman. Um, what is it? Peanut punch. Nice little peanut punch. Against the Chargers. AJ Cole forcing a fumble against the Chiefs. So we'll see. What is your surprise cut? Ooh, surprise cut. Probably Keelan Cole. Probably Keelan Cole because um Well, I wouldn't be surprised, but I know that a lot of us would be because Keelan Cole kind of came in. Um, I started to chalk him in as a guy that it was going to be our number 2 wide receiver. Um, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I think that Keelan Cole, there's a lot of there's a lot of competition, man. So we'll see if Keelan Cole can make this team. It'll be interesting to see if he does. But there's there's a bunch of competition here. Sean says left wide receiver 1 Devontae, wide receiver 2 Mac, wide receiver 3 Stoner, right wide receiver 1 Cole, Tyron Johnson, Jordan VC, Super, Hunter Renfro. What? Whoa. Our draft, wait. Our draft is always a bust in the first 2 rounds. We should roll the dice and go sign a really good piece. Well, we stopped that curse this year because Devontae Adams is our first and second round pick, and he's for surely not a bust. Slater was a dog for them. He was a baller. He was a baller. We would go shopping after 53-man cut. We would get a better price. I think so as well. But man, that'll be interesting. Didn't we get KJ Wright after the 53-man cuts were already done? That was the old regime, in my opinion. Facts, facts. Let's see. Yo, was good 73. 73 Glass House Raider Nation for life. That's a full fucking profile name right there. Not a fan of Stoner, not explosive, hella little, no breakaway speed. I'm cool. Well, he's not little, but yeah, I agree with every single point that you made. He's not explosive. He's got no breakaway speed, and I'm just not a fan. I don't think that he improves the team. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Going to be interesting to see how performances might change when the pads come on. Different people might impress while others could fall. That is true. That is very, very true. Now, someone that I think could impress once the pads come on is a guy like Amir Abdullah, right? Like right now, everybody's just running against the air, this, that, and the third. I think Amir Abdullah can really turn it on. Um, I think that they could really, really turn it on once the pads come on. So we'll have to see. I think there's somebody who maybe regress a little bit once the pads come on. Could be a guy like Lester Cotton, if I'm gonna be honest with you, but we'll see. There's rumors we might trade for Robert Quinn. Do you think we will? I've not heard those rumors. I also have not heard the rumors about Kenyon Drake getting traded to the Buccaneers. So I have no idea where these rumors are coming from. But I don't think that we're going to trade for Robert Quinn. No. KJ Wright was our biggest letdown last year. I don't think so. He definitely played a part in winning Week 1 against the Ravens with a huge fourth down stop. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. Let's collab on a podcast, Las Vegas to Detroit radio. Maybe. Can't wait to see how much the defense improves this season. Do we pick up some more DTs? I think we should. I think that it would be smart for us to pick up another DT. Who's your favorite player on the roster? Renfro. Who's your favorite player from the past? Charles Woodson. Besides Charles Woodson, it was Rodney Hudson. Um, Quinn trade. Quinn trade was another Mitch scenario. Shout out to Mitch putting in work. Um, Andy, that trade idea was Kenyon Drake to the Bucks for a 5th-round pick. Yeah, no. I haven't heard of any of these. We're not done playing chess yet. Where more moves will be made. I agree. There's a lot of more things that'll be done shortly. Now tomorrow is a rest day for these guys. So we won't see camp news tomorrow. Hopefully I'll bring something else for you guys. But yeah, camp news. There's not going to be any of it tomorrow because the guys are out. They're going to be resting tomorrow. Monday is the rest day. So shout out to them getting a little bit of rest. Kind of a hard week's work. But yeah, that wraps up day 4. That also wraps up this live today. We've been on for over an hour. So shout out to everybody who's already pulled up. I definitely appreciate your guys' time spending with me on a Sunday, lovely Sunday. But listen, you guys, tomorrow I'll bring whatever I can bring to you guys, whether that's a live or a video. I will bring something, so you can expect that. But as always, man, we're new goal. Hopefully, we can get 6,000 subs by the Hall of Fame game. So if you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you do not miss a live or a video. And yeah, we do everything here, everything: lives, videos, film breakdowns, practice footage breakdowns, where we did a little bit of that as well. But yeah, you guys, I hope everybody has a fantastic, fantastic rest of their weekend. I love you guys. Stay safe. Have a blessed day. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come